Hi everyone, it's me Joyce, and you're watching JoyceIRL.
That was delicious!
I meant to talk about 3 stories today, like I usually do, about 3 idiotic things that have been happening on the internet the past couple days, or in the gaming industry anyway. But I ended up getting carried away with this whole PR snafu, this story that happened between a PR firm, a customer, and Penny Arcade. Now, as I was talking about that story, I got a little heated, and along with the story, I also ranted a little bit, so I didn't get a chance to talk about the other 2 stories that I was going to talk about. So if you want to read what I was going to talk about, the links will be below for you to check out. Now, I guess I'll just call this a special edition of JoyceIRL News because it's pretty much a long version of a story, plus a little bit of ranting by me, so I hope you enjoy. Now, for the uninitiated, here's pretty much what happened with the whole PR scandal. There's a company, a PR company, called Ocean Marketing, who represented another company who invented the Avenger controller add-on. Now, there's a man named Paul who works for Ocean Marketing, he is their PR representative, who received an email from a customer named Dave. Now, Paul was taking care of all the customer service questions, so Dave emailed Paul inquiring about his order for the 2 Avenger controller add-ons because he was promised that they would be delivered to him before Christmas. Now, it was getting close to that time and he hadn't received any update on the delivery or the status of the order at all. So of course, like any smart customer would do keeping track of their order, they asked about it. Now, it doesn't seem to me that Paul is very well versed in the way customer service works or just being nice to people in general, because each of his replies to Dave's emails were either blank or terse or rude or just insulting for no apparent reason. So this produced an entire thread of conversation that you guys have to read, and when you read them, you're gonna be like, really, who is this guy? Now, if you read the emails from Paul to Dave, you'll notice that Paul's grammar is off, his spelling is off, and he's got childish insults. Don't call somebody a goddamn idiot if you can't even write a proper email or write a proper sentence or spell correctly. Aren't PR people supposed to know how to communicate and write and just talk to people? And then he keeps going on to say that he knows people from IGN, Kotaku, CES, and PAX. Now this gets Dave's attention. Now, being a fan of Penny Arcade, knowing that Penny Arcade puts on PAX, Dave emails Mike from Penny Arcade, whose response to this whole thing was to email Paul and tell Paul that he is no longer allowed to rent a booth or attend PAX ever again. Paul does not believe that Mike is from Penny Arcade, so he continues to insult him as well. Aren't they also supposed to be good at doing research? How could he not even think to Google Mike Krolowick before emailing him and assuming and not believing that he worked for Penny Arcade? As you can imagine, Mike puts the entire conversation onto Penny Arcade for the world to see. This whole thing becomes viral, and, well, I've talked a great deal about this already, but long story short, Paul ended up getting fired from Ocean Marketing. Ocean Marketing no longer represents the company that made these controller add-ons. They don't want anything to do with them anymore, and thanks to the fast internet, Paul is now a meme. After Paul's terrible personality has been exposed and he's been humiliated by all the internet, he emails Mike, breaking down and apologizing, asking Mike to do whatever he can to help stop the spreading of this viralness of his emails on the internet. Unfortunately, the internet doesn't work that way, and Paul, who is really experienced in this industry, is now a subject of internet hate. Now, some people might think Dave was being annoying and asked way too many times about the order, but the thing is, Paul didn't answer the first time. Had he done it politely and properly, this whole thing could have been avoided. And at the same time, it's not even about the date of delivery. It's about the lack of communication and the lack of politeness that a businessman should display. Anyway, it's also Paul's freaking job to answer questions like this. It's not good business. This shit makes me so mad because I worked in customer service for a while, and I know that even if someone is annoying the living crap out of you, you still be polite, you still be professional, and you still answer their question because you're working for a major company. In his case, he's working for a company that represents a lot of people, and this company probably lost a couple of clients since this incident. Now, I don't feel so bad for Paul because bullies like him don't get away with shit like this, especially on the internet, and if he was experienced in this industry, he would know that. Anyway, I feel really bad for the company that makes the Avenger controller because since this happened, less than 24 hours ago, the ratings for this product on Amazon went from a 4 to a 1. Now, these ratings are not merited ratings at all. These are backed up by hate and trolls. So I feel bad because these controllers are also really good for gamers with disabilities. Anyway, I think over time people will realize that it's not the controller or the company that makes the controller that had this poor thing happen to them. It's what happened between the PR company and an honest customer who just wanted to know what was going on with his order. Well, I hope that wasn't too much for you guys. I may have left some details out because there are just way too many in the story for me to dish, and I already spoke a lot about it. So if you want to, I posted links below that I suggest you should read and get more acquainted with the story. This thing fascinated me because it just goes to show how fast the internet is at ruining or boosting someone's life, or how permanent and how scary the internet can be, and how powerful it is. So that's what really attracted me to this story, and the fact that, you know, people out there really don't understand how the internet works. This is one of the craziest stories of 2011 on the internet, I think, and I'm a little sorry for the people that got hurt in the process. More sorry for the controller company, like I said, but, you know, I guess crap happens. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I will be sure to read them. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you all are having a really good day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. About the